Hello everyone, I'm the Great Canadian Guy, and I'm going to do a small little experiment for today. We're going to go over the impact analysis of the Tsunami impact crater and how 3 different scenarios possibly could have saved the dinosaurs from extinction. First, I'm going to determine by using the ice behind me that is going to be our Earth. That's what I'm going to consider our Earth as the experiment. The water obviously is going to be considered the ocean. I'm going to throw a rock in the ocean to simulate an impact analysis in the ocean. I'm going to throw a rock on the ice shelf to analyze an impact analysis on Earth, and I'm going to throw one right in the middle of both and provide an analysis on that and why that was the most dangerous scenario for the dinosaurs and why it created the mass extinction it did. So without further ado, I'm going to get straight to the experiments, and I'm just going to kind of explain things as we go along. So yeah, just watch along, and here we go. So I'm going to be throwing the rocks from above the cameras so we can get the best analysis on the actual impact. As you can tell, it's a little bit windy out, yeah, it's a little bit windy out, so the waves are kind of acting like the waves of the ocean right now. So yeah, it kind of helps me out a little bit with determining the rates and the speed of which the mega tsunami it would create within the ocean. So without further ado, I'm going to do the one on the rock first. I'm going to do the one on planet Earth, and why, if it would hit the rock, it would cause, a lot of damage, possibly an extinction level event, but it wouldn't have been as severe as, it would be a lot more severe than if it was in the ocean. And yeah, without further ado, let's get to this. So I'm going to try and throw this right on top of the ice to make sure it mimics exactly like it would if the impact would have been on Earth. Well, unfortunately, that one is going to be more or less the one where it was 100% if it would have hit right in the middle of both. And as you can tell, there was a lot of flooding in that area, to the point where it probably would have flooded the immediate surroundings. You saw that there was blast ejecta, a mega tsunami that came from it as well. And unfortunately, I didn't hit the actual Earth, but if it would have hit the Earth, it would have exploded a whole bunch more things into the air, and simulated the blast ejecta that would have happened if it would have hit the Earth as well. So here, without further ado, let's try and actually hit the Earth this time, and try that. As you can tell, it sits there. It doesn't move. There was a lot of blast ejecta that came from it, but it stays in the Earth. It didn't really burrow. It burrowed down enough, but it stayed in the Earth. Obviously, it would have went down a hell of a lot more because it was coming in a hell of a lot more velocity. But instead, it would have been concentrated. The blast ejecta would have been concentrated, and in the immediate vicinity would have been absolutely decimated. But overall, the dinosaurs may have actually survived that impact. The dinosaurs, the first impact that happened, the first experiment that I did, that's exactly what happened with the Tsunami impact crater, whereas it hit kind of right where water and Earth meet, thus providing the worst case scenario for any asteroid impact when it comes to this planet. That provides the most amount of damage when it comes to asteroid impacts. And now, without further ado, we are going to mimic if it was hit in the ocean and the mega tsunami it produces, but the less lethality. As you can tell, there is a massive blast ejecta followed by massive tsunamis. Obviously, it spread out all over the place, caused some flooding on land. Overall, you probably would have had more water vapor from the vast ejecta and vaporizing in the atmosphere, which possibly could have provided more of a gas lethality towards things. But that could be debated for other times, because we don't really know. When it comes to an actual asteroid of said caliber hitting Earth in the ocean, we don't really know of its actual analysis, because we don't really have the evidence to be able to go over that at this point. But as you can tell, when it hit the water, it created a massive blast ejecta which went straight up in the sky and came down. Like, that would be normal for most asteroid collisions with Earth, regardless where they hit. But like any bullet that hits water at high speeds, it's going to disintegrate when it hits the water. So if you, for example, have an asteroid hit in the South Pacific Ocean, it's going to actually probably not be as severe as if it were to be hitting in the Yucatan Peninsula area, for example. So yeah, that's my analysis, and that's my experimentation on the analysis of the different types of impacts that we can have when it comes to asteroids on Earth, and its severity and lethality of each. As you can tell, the one that would hit... Let's actually, you know what? I'm going to try. I got a little bit of time. I'm going to try and find another rock, and I'm going to try and demonstrate that lethality of it hitting right in the middle where the ocean and the Earth meet. Hold on. All right. Without further ado, here we go. Let's try and do this one. Nope. Didn't get that one either, but as you can tell, another one that hits in the ocean, as it causes the massive mega tsunami, which would have flooded the Earth nonetheless. Alright, now third time's the charm. If I don't do it on this one, then we're gonna call it an experiment. And yeah, let's hopefully I do it at this time to actually mimic what would have really happened with the Chicxulub asteroid on Earth. Like that, perfect, exactly what I wanted. You see how you have the ice sheet that breaks off? That would have been part of the Earth at the time to probably break off and actually float away. And you had the massive flooding, terrain manipulation, believe it or up the wazoo. I mean, as you can tell, it was a perfect experiment on the last one to mimic exactly how the Chicxulub asteroid came in and pretty much made the dinosaurs and vast majority of life on Earth extinct at the time. So yeah, that is the Great Canadian Guy's experiment on asteroid impacts and its severity for Earth. I hope everybody has a great day, and for all those Christians who are celebrating Easter, happy Easter this weekend. Take care, everybody. Hope you have a great day.